if you want, you can try to check the stream.
Sure.
Sure. I is sending to Mama Bear.
Okay, we are live.
Hello.
Hello. And Keegan can see his own face. I can see my own face. Jeevan can see his own face. And then you have Craig in the bottom right corner, recording our every conversation since 10:45.
Oh no. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including every single thing I did? Oh my god.
No, not on camera, not on camera.
Thank god.
It's just voice.
Oh god.
I didn't start recording on
gosh.
OBS, so don't
I
worry.
thought I royally screwed up there.
No. On OBS, I haven't started recording anything, so don't worry.
Oh man. Imagine if you started recording whatever the shit I did just now.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Something to ponder on.
Okay, let's just start this. Hi guys, welcome, and you are listening to Tech and Tonic. If you're tuning in, you are watching Tech and Tonic live podcast. And today we have me, Darwin, obviously, right? And Jeevan. Us two are quite the staple now, right? It's like rice for Asians. Okay. And we have Keegan on the top right corner. Yes, Keegan Perez Tan.
Hi.
Used to be an esports star. Well, he used to be really into esports, and he used to play a lot of games, and he's really good at them. Because we actually watch him single-handedly beat another streamer.
Yes.
That was a long time ago.
Defending our honor.
Yeah, defending the honor of the
Our honor. What honor?
and he was playing Counter Strike, right? So he used to play. He used to be involved in the Counter Strike esports scene, and Overwatch, and he also plays dodgeball, right?
Yeah, but
You
that was
were-
like 4 plus 5-ish years ago. Man, I
That's-
was young back then. I was only 20.
Hey, dude, I'm 30, and the guy
Okay,
that's
okay,
below me is 32.
Oi, shut up.
Age
Okay.
is just a number.
Okay, yeah, sure. And
It says the
but
youngest one of us.
yeah, he's the youngest one. He's the youngest one now, and he's really into rock climbing now, right?
Rock climbing, I guess more accurately, is bouldering. Yeah.
Bouldering, right? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about yourself, Keegan.
Let's see. I don't sleep. I play way too much games. I write for a living.
Yes, he's a writer
And-
for TechNave.
And yeah, bouldering right now is my passion.
Mm.
Right now. Right now.
And you're like doing it on a very regular basis.
Yeah, I think every week I try to at least go
You
a week.
you couldn't have been going every the past 3 weeks though.
No, except
No,
for that.
no,
Except
not
for that.
not these
Okay,
3
so
weeks.
here's the problem with the MCO right now. Okay, the problem is I have a very active lifestyle, and if I don't go out, I can't sleep because I have way too much energy pent up.
Climb your house, ah.
Okay. So what I've been doing for the past 3 weeks, right, is just working out. If
Okay.
not, I cannot sleep.
Well,
I understand your pain.
I remembered a time when I had that much energy, you know. Not anymore.
Yeah. When was that? 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's about 10 years ago. I don't have that much energy anymore. But yeah, I understand what you mean. Okay. I haven't been doing any exercise at all. It's just work and then games all the way until 3 a.m. But
Same.
yeah. So we don't sleep much if you're watching the stream. That's not
Yeah.
very good. That's not recommended, by the way.
You should get at least a minimum of 7 hours of sleep at your age.
Yes, 6 to 7 hours.
6
Oh, man.
6 to 9 hours.
And look at
by
me,
the way.
I'm like unkempt. I haven't shaved. You know, I
My
haven't-
hair is so long.
I haven't even like cut my
You're not the
hair.
only
You know,
one,
like,
okay?
you see, like it's all the way down here already. You know. It's so bad. But anyway, okay, we'll follow up on next week. On last week. Sorry. Today is the 20th day of MCO, of Movement Control Order. We are still sane, thankfully. Well, at least we still can appear on camera like this lah. I don't know about you guys, But yeah, we're still sane, we're still positive, okay? And the Huawei P40 series has launched in Malaysia officially. It starts at 2,799 ringgit, and that's only for the standard version. If you go for the Pro version, it's 3,899 ringgit. It's available for pre-order now, and it will ship out from the 11th of April onwards. Okay, and alongside that, there is the MatePad Pro. That's also on pre-order and also will ship out on the 11th onward. And it's on pre-order for 2,399 ringgit. Now, what do you think of this, Keegan? Like, let's say the Huawei P40.
Okay, so what I don't understand is, right, why is there a huge disparity between the price? I mean, I get it that it's like, yeah. Put it down. I get it. Okay, so what I don't understand, right, is like the huge disparity in the pricing between the Pro and the non-Pro. Because although the hardware are about the same, you're essentially paying 1,000 ringgit extra just for the camera. Maybe a little bit more.
But that's the thing, right? I think the difference is that, okay, you're getting a bigger, not just a bigger display. Okay, you're getting a slightly different display, the overflow display. You're getting one more lens, and then you're also getting you're getting a bigger memory. But yeah, I do understand what you're saying, right? It's damn expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I get it if it's like maybe a $500 extra or like, but not 1,000.
1,100 ringgit.
Yeah, 1,100 is like, 1,100 nasi lemak right that way.
That's just buying another new phone way.
Yeah. You can use that money to buy a new phone. Who needs to put 2 SIM cards in one phone? We have 2 phones.
You can put 4 SIM cards.
At the same time, we're talking about not receiving the P40 Pro Plus yet.
Yeah. This one is not considering the P40 Pro Plus that's coming like later in June.
Yeah.
How much was that?
A lot more expensive.
If we're taking the price that was announced, it's about 7,000 ringgit.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
So I feel like we're in the stage where smartphones, there's like this thing called diminishing returns. The more you pay, you don't necessarily get the ratio of performance you pay for. The higher you go, is like it gets more expensive, but the margin of how much performance you get isn't that big compared to like I'd say a generation below. No, a class below. Yes, a class below.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
Because even if you look at the market now, all the ones that are batting above 3,000 ringgit. It's one camera sensor extra or a bigger display or God knows what minor change there is, and they're justifying an above 3,000 price.
Yeah,
which is insane, because like, okay, I mean, I get it that their performance are top notch, but it has came to a point where like even mid-range smartphones or like to some like entry level smartphones could have about the same performance specifically for each category.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like, let's say some smartphones, like, they're more tuned towards gaming. Yes, they do gaming right, and not necessarily everything else right. But still, it's surprising to see that entry-level smartphones could get that kind of performance.
That is true. That is true. And they're sold for like much less, right? You can get them for like 1,000 plus, 2,000 ringgit.
Easily 1/4 the price. At this rate right now, easily 1/4 the price.
Yeah. The price is just crazy. Oh yeah. Speaking about prices, the new laptops. Have you seen like the new notebooks that came out, or at least they announced it lah? The 10th generation Intel Core processors, the Comet Lake.
Did you review one yet?
No, not yet. I've seen the Zephyrus 15 Duo. Wow, that is. I could not expect something like that to come out from Asus. I thought that the dual screen design is going to stay for like productivity laptops only, but apparently they want to push it more towards gaming.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
amazing.
it's an interesting platform for you to use for gaming, I guess, but I don't know how many games are going to take advantage of that.
Yeah,
Right? That's the issue.
Yeah, I don't think it's meant for games to actually take advantage of. I think it's meant for like, to be used as a secondary screen. Like how right now, like a lot of people are more accustomed to use double screens nowadays compared to like single screens.
Yep. Yep.
But it's interesting though the way that they touted it in the press release for live streamers and stuff like that. If you're using the second screen solely as a console, like even now, I would appreciate a second screen to monitor chat.
Yeah. I mean, that's the point. Like, let's say if I were to stream, I will definitely use the secondary screen for like, to glance over my chat and interact with people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, if let's say I'm Asus and I want a game development company to take advantage of my secondary screen, I feel like it's a bit too far fetched.
Right. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how is it comfortable though? Because I've tried the ZenBook Duo, right, with the second display. Right. I mean, the angle of the display is slightly more tilted, which is a lot better, right, compared to the ZenBook Duo. But
Yeah.
I mean, like the keyboard placement is just odd.
Right, because it doesn't have a wrist rest. As far as I remember,
it doesn't come with the
have a
wrist rest also.
So
Yeah.
so it's like
Oh,
this is the
man.
laptop, and then your wrist is like at the bottom, and it's
Yeah.
weird.
And
It
that's
feels
just going to be like, yeah, you're just gonna buy this laptop and then you're gonna get carpal tunnel syndrome. Unless you buy your
Yeah.
own keyboard, right?
Yeah,
Which is what you
I
most
have.
likely would do already.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
if you're a streamer, you're gonna have a second display right beside you already anyway, right? So yeah, I don't know. The price is just going to be like, and our chats are like going crazy. Everyone's
no.
like, notice a senpai,
Oh,
my
no.
PP heart.
Oh, no.
I shouldn't be mentioning this, on live. We're live, I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, but that's it. Do you think the new Intel laptops will have a huge jump in performance compared to previous generations, or are we going to see the more of the same? Like it's always going to be limited because it's still a mobile chipset.
I think okay, so mobile chipsets, right? The problem with mobile chipset, as always with any laptop, right, is going to be thermals. If any manufacturer can figure out the golden setup to deal with their thermals, right, they can easily overclock their chipset, their processors to, perform as best as they can. But here comes the next problem.
Yeah.
AMD is on the rise.
Yeah.
So Intel gotta keep up.
Because they got the
If
Ryzen.
Intel's not keeping up, they're gonna lose the market share, man. Serious.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
but
on the Ryzen.
Asus,
Okay.
the ROG laptops come with new. What?
I mean,
Darren, stop! You're not dad yet.
No, but then, Asus announced that the ROG laptops are coming with a new thermal compound, which has been used by overclockers. Do you think that's going to affect it?
the metal, liquid metal.
Liquid metal, yeah.
Yes. It's definitely gonna affect thermals, but by how much, it's still up for debate.
Yeah, true. Right. We don't
Yeah.
know. We haven't seen the full result of it yet. But I know
Yep.
some notebook modders. What they did was they take a 15-year-old laptop and they actually put liquid metal with it and stuff like that to cool it down.
Yep.
And it worked like a charm, right? It can actually play Overwatch with no problem, with like 60 FPS and stuff like that too. So it's kind of crazy. Okay, I guess, but the prices are also quite crazy for the new laptops. MSI announced their price. Okay, before everyone else, they announced the Malaysian price, and one of their laptops was 16,000 ringgit.
Why?
16,000
Okay.
ringgit.
It's like it's a nice thing to have. I mean, it's nice to have an expensive laptop, but judging by the price, I can already imagine how heavy it is.
It's not heavy. That's the thing. It's a thin and light. It's
Oh my
less
God, are
than
you
2
serious?
kilograms. Yeah.
Wait, okay, I gotta check it out. What is
Yeah,
it?
it is a GS66 Stealth. So if you're watching the stream, you don't know, the MSI laptop is GS66 Stealth. Okay, it's already out in the website. Okay, the price is already out. It's about 16,000 ringgit. 16.
Oh,
But
wow,
the stealth series has always been expensive.
Yeah, that
True.
is true.
True.
And we were just saying about handphones going into a zone of diminishing return. So can we say the same about laptops?
Definitely. I think that anything goes, any product you can think of, right? It's like the moment you go like really high end is where you start reaching the zone of diminishing returns.
Yeah,
If that
true.
makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting questions about how much my mic is. It's about 300 bucks. And then how much is my beard? It's free.
Oh yeah, that's Young, by the way.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
Yang.
hi. Oh hi, Yang. I know Yang. let's move on. Let's move it on. Okay, the fight against the COVID situation is actually very, very real. Okay, the COVID situation is crazy. Singapore has already implemented their own MCO thing. It's like Malaysia, right? They have limited services, essential services only, essential businesses only, and they're not really calling it a lockdown per se. They're calling it a circuit breaker. I don't understand why, but they call it a circuit breaker. I guess it's sounds nicer. It sounds like less panicky.
No, I guess. Okay, so the thing is, like, it makes sense because in order to stop the spread, you need to break the circuit.
Yes,
break the
correct.
circuit, as in, like, stop people from gathering, I guess, and like be the circuit that transmits the disease.
Yeah, it's not only that. I think they're also making it a lot more acceptable by dressing it up rather than calling it an MCO or a lockdown.
Yep.
Because with
yeah.
those two phrases, a lot of, I can't say millennials because they are not millennials. The younger fellas are saying that, oh, you're infringing on my right to go out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This was actually one of the arguments on Twitter barely a week ago.
So, yeah, about that. I mean, infringing on their right to go out, it's not exactly. It works both ways. Yes, it's like they feel like it's infringing on their right, but they're also infringing on other people's rights to stay healthy if they go out. So it kind of works both ways. That makes sense.
I agree.
No, but even with Malaysia going into day 19, 20?
20. Today is day 20.
Day 20.
I counted since yesterday, I actually forgot today's Monday.
We're not actually seeing the numbers go down. We're still at about 150 to 200 cases a day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the number coming out of the hospitals and being discharged is not anywhere near that yet.
Yeah, and I read somewhere so that the government's trying to push the numbers all the way down to zero. That means new cases, zero new cases, and that's not going to be possible within these 2 weeks, lah. I would say it's probably going to be possible in 2 to 4 weeks time after this, but I don't think so, lah.
Yeah.
Mr. Toots mentioned in the chat 8 more days. Yeah, cat meow. But very likely, if you've kept up with the news, we might be seeing it extended till end of April at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have another 4 more days until they do a statement again, and by then, fingers crossed, it will end soon. But at this rate, right? At this rate,
my toe also crossed later.
Cross. At this rate, I doubt it will end until at least the end of April because the cases aren't going down.
No. They're still going up by the hundreds, right? And deaths are like 1 or 2. It's just that the cases are still the scary part because they're like getting 100 cases a day, 200 cases a day, and that's quite scary because now KL is a red zone.
Zone.
Yeah, KL is a red zone. Malay Mail just released an article saying that majority of KL is red zone.
Yeah, majority of KL. Yeah. Yes, and it's not KL is not the only red zone lah. There are a lot of red zones already. It's just that majority of KL is red zone, so it's quite scary now. Okay, and especially if you go look at the roads, there's no one on the roads now, which is good lah. But at the same time, it's kind of apocalyptic. post-apocalyptic.
But also, my cousin went grocery shopping yesterday. It took her 4 hours.
The
And
line is
majority of
huge, right?
the majority of that time is just waiting for people to go into the supermarket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
It's
seen
just
like my friends' stories and stuff like that. It not only here lah, like let's say in Singapore also, it's pretty much the same thing where there's a huge line between them and the supermarket.
Yeah, but also one thing to note, like Sugri has highlighted, we need to note that MOH is doing a good job. The
Yeah.
recovery rate for Malaysia is basically about 1/3 of what has been
at least
announced.
1/3 for now, right? It's actually very very good. And on that note, okay, UK has called to the ventilator challenge. UK is basically calling out for private manufacturers, to quickly manufacture. They need about 20,000 ventilators for the current patients in UK itself, right? And Dyson has answered with their own design. Okay, they haven't started manufacturing as far as I know. They've started prototyping, and Project Pit Lane, basically Formula One. Okay, it has answered to the call by Project Pit Lane, and Mercedes has managed to manufacture about 1,000 ventilators per day, which is actually quite good. That started 15 days ago, right? So they probably had manufactured about 10,000 already by now, and we are hoping that might actually come to other parts of the world. Okay, so we don't know about that yet, but that's quite amazing lah, in my mind, in my view at least, right?
Well, I'm actually quite impressed because it also means that hospitals and medical personnel don't really need to depend on companies who have been hiking and bloating up prices to
No,
get their
that's
materials.
the whole point of the ventilator challenge, right? It's asking private donors basically to spend money to reverse engineer, okay, to and to build this ventilators for them for free, right? Just to give it to the government, and the government can use it for free for the people, because UK practices free healthcare anyway, right? Healthcare for everyone. And we were mentioning about this in Malaysia also last week with Stefan, where Malaysia has this policy of having almost free healthcare. You only pay RM1 to go to the clinics, to the hospitals.
I mean,
I think that's quite
essentially.
amazing lah.
Yeah. Shamil, to answer your question, we're still sane. So yeah.
Huh?
But
We're still sane? Yeah, we're still sane. Oh yeah, Shamil. Hi, how are you guys coping with the MRO so far? I think it's MCO lah, but we are still sane so far.
At this point, it's understood that it's like MCO. So,
Yeah, I forgot how grass looks like. I don't even know what trees looks like anymore. But
the only thing I know right now is concrete on my wall and stuff.
yeah, I literally went out to stand under the sun for 10 minutes the other day. That was how bad it got.
Gotta get your daily dose of vitamin D.
Let's move on. Okay, we're still back on the MCO topic, right? So how are we all coping? Like, how are you doing, Keegan? This is day 20, third week.
So day 20. Is it sad to say that I don't really feel any difference because I usually don't go out anyways? So my usual routine is either I go to work, then I go to the gym, or I stay at home and play video games all day.
Right,
And
that's
do
good.
work.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't been bouldering, right? You haven't been bouldering for 3 weeks.
That's the sucky part.
Yeah.
Cause like I said like earlier, like I have a lot of energy, and if I don't like let those energy out, I'll end up like developing some weird insomnia stuff, and I'll just like toss and turn around my bed. Yeah. So like I just lay on my bed, eyes open, and I just cannot sleep.
Man,
I need to work out.
I wish I had that much energy,
No. Unless you're keen on developing insomnia, then yes.
No. It's fine. I had insomnia before. It's not fun. That wasn't fun. But anyway, how are you doing, Jeevan? Your room has no windows. I mean
Yeah,
the
my
the
room
curtain at the back. There's a window to the kitchen.
into my kitchen.
Wait.
Yeah,
Is it actually a window or is it just a wall?
it's a
No,
window.
there's a small window like
Yeah.
right there.
Okay.
It's a
okay.
window
But it goes
to the
into
kitchen.
the kitchen.
Oh no,
It
so
doesn't
it's
go
like
outside.
Yeah,
it's
so
a
there's
window to inside your kitchen. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, so literally, I have been most of the time in this room. I have a TV there to finish up a review on.
yeah.
I have my Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I have a desktop and a laptop, and it's been literally about 20 days in this room. Just a few days ago, I literally just stormed out of the room, went outside, and was like, sunlight.
Okay, at least my room got windows there and here. You know, some Richard Gomez was mentioning that my face is shining. That's also because I'm directly under the sunlight. Okay, I'm just covering it up with a curtain, like a see-through curtain. So yeah, that's why there's so much natural light here, which is good. At
Right.
least, right? It's nice. Yeah.
Uh,
What games have you been playing? Because we're all gamers here, right? What games have you been catching up on?
Honestly, there's a lot of games because I mean, to be honest, we all have a lot of time these past 20 days. So, kind of playing Risk of Rain,
Okay.
Escape from Tarkov.
Oh,
Call of
how's that?
Duty
I heard
Warzone.
that's really, really good. I haven't actually started
Yeah,
playing.
it's fun. It's fun. All you need is the right crew. It's fun.
Okay.
If you're into like realism and stuff like that, then yeah, Escape from Tarkov is cool.
Okay. Okay. What
Yeah.
else? What else have you been playing?
Playing Dota for a little bit. Not as much, but a little bit.
Okay, so
And
we
of-
mentioned that he was into esports, and I mentioned Dota earlier. He asked me to change it to to Overwatch, and he's like, and I was like, hey,
No, okay,
I thought you played
okay.
Dota. He's like, yeah, I didn't mention that I was very good at it. I'm like, okay.
No, imagine this. I played Dota since I was stand-up 4.
Okay.
I'm 25 right now. That's X amount of years that I will never get back, and I'm still never good at Dota. So
Oh man. You know, I gave up on Dota. I started playing Dota when I was in high school. In what is that? Secondary 1, right? Secondary
Uh-huh.
1, and I started playing. And then 5 years later, I just gave up because I realized that I'm never gonna get good at it. So I'm like, it's okay. I'm just gonna watch people play. You know.
yeah, and then the thing is like, it's okay if you're not good, but the community itself is very harsh and toxic. So
It tends to
Yeah,
get like a little bit like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Some of the people in the chat have been playing Tarkov as well. Apparently, Keegan is known for friendly fire. And Sophia mentioned that she's playing Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a
Nice.
good game. Spider-Man is a good game. Yeah. Has anyone picked up the free games that are on Epic and and Ubisoft is doing it also? Has anyone picked up Rayman Legends?
Yes.
I picked up Rayman Legends. I love Rayman.
Yeah. Rayman is a really good game. It's a good platformer game. 3D this time, but
Yeah, but you also can play online multiplayer if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you can. And then World War Z was free on Epic Games, and I was playing that for a while until like few days ago when Borderlands on Epic Games went on like 50% discount.
Yeah, I think for me it's still Zelda, and I started playing Pokemon again after getting the Nintendo Online account.
Hmm.
Oh, you got one for yourself?
Yes, no, I got a
Nice.
family. I got a family plan, so
Oh yeah, I
I'm
was
filling up
included in the
slots.
family plan. I asked him
Oh,
why
that's nice.
why do I need a family plan when I don't have a Switch? He's like, I have 8 slots. Just let me add you in. I'm like, okay lah, up to you. I'm like, okay lah, up to you. Okay.
But-
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need it for a few features for Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
Little
apparently.
lah.
Oh, like what?
The DLCs.
The
Champions
DLCs and
Ballad
stuff like that.
and the other one. There's 2 DLCs already.
Sophia, I'm
right,
playing
right.
Shield.
I'm looking forward for Breath of the Wild 2 because I heard it's supposed to be coming out this summer. I'm not sure. Okay.
This summer, sure or not? Summer's 2 months away.
I don't know. That's what they say lah. Even what's our good friend's name? Hasmir says that his game, the what's the name of
No
the
Straight
game?
Roads.
Yeah, No Straight Roads.
No
Oh my
Straight-
gosh, I'm so sorry, Hasmir. No Straight Roads is supposed to be coming out in June. Okay, that's 2 months away or so. So I don't know what's gonna happen lah. But
I'm actually excited for that game.
yeah, me too. A few days ago, we saw a Huawei brief. I'm not sure whether you
Right.
watched it, Keegan, but we saw a Huawei brief about them fighting the COVID situation.
Right.
They are saying that they're using AI and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
what do we think of that? Like, what do we think of these technology companies getting involved? What do you think their contribution would be like? Especially on Huawei's part. I mean, they have gone through the worst of it.
I think
Yeah.
it's not just Huawei. We received some news from Lenovo and a few other companies as well.
Hmm.
Like Lenovo and Huawei specifically were involved in what happened in China, but
Yep.
we're seeing more companies come into the fray using things like AI, machine learning, and stuff like that to actually help with the outbreaks.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
in Huawei's case, they use machine learning to help doctors actually map and identify the patients more accurately using all the data points that are being put in.
Yep. What do you think, Keegan?
I feel like, as with every company, they're playing their role
Mm-hmm.
as like a technology company. If you look at company like, let's say 3M, they're doing their role in manufacturing as much mask as they can and then distributing to whoever needs it. Huawei is no different.
Have you tried using one of their masks though? One of their face masks? 3M's?
I hate using.
Oh, hello.
have-
This is a paint mask. This is a paint booth mask, and they're actually quite
Yeah.
amazing. They
They're
actually
pretty
filter
good,
out
pretty
really like crazy amount of stuff. Do you wear that out?
Yeah. No. Okay, so logically, right, because this is a respirator and it's a ventilated respirator, right? They're not meant for medical use. So let's say if I were to wear it during the COVID-19 outbreak, I'll just look dumb because it doesn't it filter whatever goes in, but it doesn't filter whatever goes out. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's still N95 rated, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
N95 will help you, but at
Not
the same
everyone else.
at the same time, when it comes to masks in particular, we are more concerned about you spreading what you have to other people,
Yeah.
because a lot of people who are asymptomatic,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that they have no symptoms but they have the virus.
Yeah.
Yep,
So,
yep,
do
yep.
you think like by the end of it, we are going to be, less healthy? I mean, we are going to be a little bit more prone to viruses and stuff like that after staying indoors for so long, right?
Yes. No, actually, it really depends.
Yeah, it really depends. Some people will need the distancing, but when it comes to being healthier, I can bet you we have lost some weight because of the food we're eating.
Yeah.
I
bit,
I
maybe.
literally I literally have lost 1 kg since it started.
Oh, that's
just
not bad.
because
I haven't
I'm
measured. I haven't measured.
I'm getting home cooked food for every meal.
Yeah, that's good. At least, if you stay with your parents or if you know how to cook, at least you're getting home cooked meals every day, right?
Yeah,
For
and
me,
people are actually scared to order food because
yeah,
of
that's the thing
potential
also.
infections.
No, but it's not just that, because people who are going out, like Grab has no business now, and that's actually hurting a lot of families a little bit. Because some of the
Yeah.
families are actually relying purely on Grab, on their income from Grab, and a lot of them haven't been receiving income for a while, right? Just because of this COVID situation, no one wants to go out, no one calls a Grab, no one even calls for Grab food and stuff like that. It's quite bad lah, because I've seen people breaking down because of that, because they don't actually have money to survive.
Yeah.
But when it comes to it, like things like Grab are also being limited by the MCO. They're only allowed to operate from 8 to 8.
Yeah, that is true. Anyway,
Which is only 12 hours. 12 hours for a business isn't really that much,
no, it's
to be
not,
honest.
because I know some Grab drivers that drives actually for 14 to 18 hours a day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
that's
to me
right.
that's actually quite amazing. It's just that, like, wow, you drive 18 hours a day and you only have 6 hours to sleep, and then you drive out some more. Isn't that like crazy tiring? Like, yeah, then they're like, what to do now? Grab don't pay so much anymore.
Oh yeah. Oh, anyways, since while we're still on the topic of MCU, right? Did you know that there's a conspiracy theory, claiming that 5G is the cause of coronavirus?
No.
So okay, okay,
No.
okay. Let me educate you with some conspiracy.
Yeah, let's be educated.
Okay, so the whole thing started right when there was a 5G tower
Mm-hmm.
built up at ground zero in China. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know where that is. But the thing is, a month later, the whole coronavirus thing started happening. So a lot of people were claiming that, like, oh, because of the 5G tower and its radiation is putting out is what caused the coronavirus in the first place. So it's twofold. 5G is the culprit of coronavirus, and 5G radiation is very harmful.
So let me get this straight. They're saying that the coronavirus outbreak is because of Huawei.
No.
No, because
No.
you have to
Well,
understand that a
okay,
lot of
okay.
the 5G infrastructure, or at least most of the 5G infrastructure, 90% of them in China are built by Huawei.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
So I presume so. I think that's the case. So it's like some conspiracy theories, right, are like throwing Huawei under the bus because they built up that 5G tower.
Oh,
But
okay.
we all know that it can't be real.
It
I
can't.
mean,
It's not
5G
real.
don't.
Come on, don't be ridiculous.
It really doesn't make sense. We know how 5G works. We stand in front of a tower, the radiation doesn't even penetrate you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing. And the worst thing, right, and what everybody don't understand, right, is that uh your sunlight from the sun has more radiation than 5G.
Yes.
Yeah.
Standing in front of standing under direct sunlight is more harmful to you than standing right next to a 5G tower or even a 4G tower or any signal tower for that reason lah.
You know,
Yeah.
no, I think the best comparison to see how much radiation there is, your CRT TVs had more radiation than what is in the air at the moment.
Yeah, your
Right,
phone.
right.
Yeah, well. Anyway, Mr. Toots is asking Keegan what home workouts can you recommend?
Uh oh, why me? Okay.
Because it says
So-
Keegs.
Why me? Okay. So if you want to stay fit during MCO, you could start with like push-ups, and if you can't really do push-ups, you can do like the one where you put your knee on the ground and then you can do push-ups and stuff like that. Squats. And if you want to go a little bit more advanced, you could do pull-ups.
If you have a pull-up bar at home.
Yeah, if you have a pull-up bar.
Yeah.
But if not, then you could just, push-ups is like the best you could do right now.
Push-up, sit-ups are the
Yeah,
easiest.
push-ups, sit-ups,
Yeah.
and a little bit more cardio. So to cardio, you can do star jumps and shit like that.
And even burpees, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So let's move on to all of us are from the tech community, right? We are all writers or journalists in the tech community, and one of the biggest thing that's our concern is security all the time and privacy, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
we spoke a little bit about security on our site, right? If you haven't read that editorial, check out techn.tv. Okay, good plug, right?
Yeah.
Good plug. But
So
what
I think
the biggest concern now is that because of this COVID-19 situation, everybody is like getting fired left and right in terms of security. So what do you
Yeah.
think? Why this is happening? And is there anything that we can do? What do you think, at least?
so.
Ultimately, it's not exactly our choice
Mm.
because it's whoever higher up who is calling the shots. I mean, I get it, it's not fair, but it's not like we have a say on it in the first place,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think what's more important is that this current pandemic has revealed that when it comes to pandemics, we're no more just dealing with a virus or bacteria that is infecting huge numbers of people. We're
Mm.
dealing with a threat that actually goes into cybersecurity, where people are using the fact that people are scared or want to know more to attack them and get personal information and stuff like that, so that they can get into your uh so that they can get into your details, or even get you to give them your details so that they can social engineer your passwords.
Before I say anything,
Yeah.
Young is asking me, "Hey, Darwin, when was the last time you were at CP?" CP means Canyon Paintball, because I used to play paintball with this guy. Okay, last time I was in CP was a year and 2 months ago. I haven't been playing paintball. I have not actually been playing paintball. But anyway, my thinking was that, at least right now, the thing that we can do right now, at least right now, what we are using to live stream this and to do this video conference is Discord. And if you see that little bear on the bottom right corner, okay, that's called Craig. He's recording our every conversation so that I can turn this into a podcast later, okay? And Craig has to be there, okay? I have to call him in and do all these things. It's not a person, it's just a software, okay? But a lot of people have been using Zoom, right? And Zoom has this ability for you to get people in, right? Get people into the call without actually using any credentials or any accounts.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that's actually quite bad. I suggest you use other things like Microsoft Teams. It's free for now, right?
I think also when it comes to Zoom, one of the best practices is close your room. You
Yeah.
have the option to actually have closed rooms where you need passwords and you need to know the name of the rooms to enter.
Oh, I tried that.
Yeah.
I tried doing that, and there are still some cases where you can just enter the chat room without anything. You just need the link.
That is scary.
It's very very scary. So I'm like, this chat room needs a password, but I don't actually need to enter a password at all. They actually gave the password. They gave the link and then the password. I clicked the link, and I didn't have to enter any password because I already have the Zoom software anyway, right? And a Zoom account. But that also means that anyone with a Zoom account or a Zoom app on their PC can just join the app with no consequences, like nothing. They just can join in.
It's actually quite disturbing.
Yeah, you go on ahead first.
It's quite disturbing because apparently people have been popping up like chat roulette, if you know what happens in chat roulette.
Yeah, and then people call these things all Zoom bombing. So
yeah.
So use a more secure app. Use Discord.
The problem is, right, so first of all, we use Discord because like we're gamers, we kind of just use Discord in the first place. But Zoom was a good idea. It was a good idea, but the problem is, right, it had way too many security flaws for it to be viable. And then it's not only that, the moment you post up your Zoom link, the chat room link to the public,
it's open to the public.
It's open to the public. You're inviting more than just your friends. You're inviting trolls. There have been cases where like some people will come in, show pornographic content, and then they just chow.
Yes, on that subject, right? Shamil said, "Oh, I heard you can add custom backgrounds on Zoom." Yes, you can. You actually can.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why like Zoom, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just poorly secured.
Yes.
Yeah, it's poorly secured.
I agree.
So Zoom has come out and basically acknowledged that they have a big security flaw. The CEO gave a statement, I think yesterday or the day before. And I think they're working on it, but we have to see what's going to happen now.
Yeah. Okay, let's move it on to games. Just now we spoke a little bit about games, right? And that's currently the biggest to-do list in our list because we're all gamers and we want to finish our game. Jeevan wants to finish his Zelda, Keegan, I think he just wants to continue playing on Tarkov. I want to try to finish
either
Borderlands.
Apex or Tarkov.
Yeah, and I want to try to finish Death Stranding also. I haven't finished that, and I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy. Right? If you don't know yet, Final Fantasy is coming out on the 10th of April. They have not actually mentioned whether there's any delay or not. I don't think
Last
so.
of Us 2 has been delayed, I think.
Yeah, because it's not the right time to release it.
No, apparently their shipments are being held up everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think you want to play Last of Us right now because yeah, it's a bit clashing the time.
Yeah. No, wait. Actually, there is such game that kind of like simulates whatever is happening right now. I forgot what's it called. Contagion.
Yeah,
Contagion or Plague Inc.
Contagion. Yeah.
Yeah, Plague Inc. Yeah, Plague Inc. So a lot of people, Plague Inc. has suddenly like received a spike in sales because of the whole COVID-19 thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Plague Inc. also came out with a statement that says, "Don't use our stuff for modeling, guys. Don't
It's
use
not
our
accurate,
stuff."
It's a game.
Yeah, I mean it's hyper realistic, but don't use our thing as a modeling tool, guys, because that means everyone's just gonna die. Because that's the whole point of the game, right?
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, a lot of things are coming out basically this year, including PlayStation 5 and the Xbox X Series.
No.
Yeah.
Young just said God is playing Plague Inc.
Oh no.
No, that's just really wrong. Don't do
Oh my
that.
god.
Young
That-
please.
And somebody
But-
in the chat also says, Ray Un, are we walking into a recession? I definitely think so, but it really depends on what the government is doing. Especially at this time, our Malaysian government has been doing quite a lot to inject some money into people, into basically the economy and other people, because right now a lot of people are not receiving pays. They a lot of them are also being laid off. That's quite bad. But at the same time, because of the government incentives, at least they still can breathe another day lah. That's how I see it at this point. I'm not sure if they extended the MCO, would they do the same thing? But at this point, we're still doing okay. I hope.
At least for our industry.
Yeah. And then he go and ask, do you recognize Hong Kong as a free and separate country? We're not going to go into politics, man. So
Oh no, here we
Yeah.
go again.
yeah, we're not going into politics. So
I
we're not going
think
to
let's
comment on
come
that.
back to games.
Yeah, we'll come back to
Let's go back
games.
to games.
So like when we see games like Resident Evil 3 remake was just mentioned in the chat. Have any of you played it?
No, not
I have
yet.
not purchased or played it yet.
I seen the
But I think there
gameplay.
was a demo for a bit.
Yeah, there was a demo for a bit. I didn't play the demo, and I've seen the
same.
gameplay. Okay, the gameplay looks really, really good. I mean, Jill looks hot.
Yes.
I mean, we can't deny that.
Priorities.
No, but that's also the first thing that you see in the game, right? She's the main character, and when you start playing the game, I've seen some of the playthroughs. You start playing as Jill, in the first person view, and then after that you're gonna play her for actually most of the game you're gonna play her. Actually, all the whole game is surrounding her story.
Yeah.
Right? So obviously you're gonna look at the main character, right? Like you don't tell me that you play Tomb Raider and then you look at other people. You're gonna look at Lara Croft.
I mean, she's literally in your face, so
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't think you have any choice.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's the same.
But have you seen the last trailer for FF7R?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
So good.
Yeah,
I want to
looks
play
really,
it
really
even
good.
more now.
No, I mean,
But
Jeevan has never completed FF7, and it's not actually one of the games that he likes, or it's not on the top of his list because
Yeah, there's
don't
no
know, okay?
nostalgia value for me.
yeah, and I'm a very, very big fan of FF7. I've played it like 2-3 times.
Wait,
And I still
played
can't get
through
over
it?
it. Yeah,
you
FF7.
finished it? Oh my god, okay. I only finished it once.
You only finished it
I-
once.
Yeah.
I played
the
it 3
first
times.
battle.
I played it 3 times because I wanted to see what else I could do in the game, I guess, or try to do things differently in the game, I guess. I don't know. And everyone
I think-
obviously want to try to save Aris, so
Yeah, of course. But
So for me, I played FF7 after finishing FF8.
uh-huh.
and I couldn't take the sprite, so I played the first battle. I was like,
I
nope.
don't think that's an
I-
excuse because I played FF7 also after FF8.
So the thing about Final Fantasy, right? When I was younger, I always had this thought, right, that every time there's a title and a number, like let's say the first game and then the second game, you always think like, oh, it's going to continue after the first game. But whenever I played Final Fantasy when I was younger, right, my mind was just boggled because like I was trying to piece together information between Final Fantasy 6 and Final Fantasy 7. I keep thinking to
Oh, you-
myself, why
you can't do that.
Why doesn't this add up?
You can't do that.
Why?
You know, like Borderlands.
Yeah, that's
You know, like Borderlands, the game. You should never try to make sense of these things.
Yeah.
Keegs, I think they made Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 for people like you, lah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, okay. I mean that one. It made sense, but 10 and 11 is just. I got confused when I was younger. Then
Yeah.
the older I grew, I'm like, I see. That's how
Somebody
it
in
works.
the chat, Yolanda asked, "What do you guys think about the HP Omen?" Not much.
Not much.
The new one?
Yeah.
Ask Keegan. He has it.
Nah, okay. But here's the thing. Ever since like that, nothing has happened lately.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
that's the
What's going
latest
on
one. That the one that Keegan has is a HP Omen 15. That was
Yeah.
introduced last year, right? Was it last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah, last year.
Last year, right? And the specs are actually quite old. So considering it's
But we haven't
Yeah.
heard much from them yet
yeah,
Yep.
for this year.
yeah,
So probably stay tuned. We have heard more from Microsoft than we have from HP lately.
yeah. So moving back to the topic of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X Series. It seems like forever. Okay.
Sidetracking.
Yeah, so at the end of this year, you're gonna see the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox X Series. Okay, Keegan, which one are you most excited for? We've asked this question to Natasha before and Jeremy, I think. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So which one are you most excited about?
I'm honestly not that excited for the consoles. I am excited for the games. So
Right.
for me, my focus is going to be the exclusives
Mm-hmm.
and not exactly the console. I'll probably get the console just for the exclusives and nothing
Right.
else. I don't really see the consoles as anything special.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting, because
'Cause-
that's the way I see it too.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I've been a PC gamer like all my life, and everything is like right here.
Okay.
But the thought of me getting another console just to play another game is a little bit daunting, and it's also really expensive.
It is true, but at the same time,
Yeah.
a lot of the games that we play, there are a lot of them are even the third-person view games, right? The third-person shooters and whatnot. They're all developed on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
And or even the Xbox. So would you still play those games on PC, or
Yeah. Why not? Because the thing is, for PC, it's really flexible. All you need to do is just plug in the controller. You get pretty much a console experience right there.
that is true.
And-
Yeah. So
yeah.
if you're on a PC and you want to plug in a console controller, I suggest you get the Xbox controller because that works with
Yes.
Windows very, very nicely. If you get the
Yes.
PlayStation 4 controllers and you connect it to the PC, although it's cheaper, you're gonna have quite a little bit of problem with the drivers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
I always lean towards Xbox controller in the first place. I don't know. I just feel like they're more ergonomic.
They're more
and
ergonomic.
bigger to hold.
Yeah.
And they don't feel as flimsy.
Yeah,
if that
I
makes
do agree. On that front, I do agree. It's just that PlayStation controllers are cheaper, so
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's not only that, but when it comes to Malaysia, I think Tash brought up a really good point. Or was it Jeremy? We have official support for PlayStation, but we don't have official support for Xbox, although Microsoft
Yes.
is in Malaysia.
yep,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
true.
I think for our Malaysian market, right, definitely PlayStation is gonna win out over Xbox because of the whole like local support and stuff like that. And also, like, if you want to play online on Xbox, I don't know how that works because a majority of the people I know who plays on Xbox are all in the US.
Yeah, that's one thing, and I think the nearest server we have in this region is Singapore, and I don't think there's a lot of Singaporeans on Xbox as well, from what I know lah. Okay. But which games are you looking forward to if you're talking about the PlayStation 5 exclusives or even Xbox exclusives?
Not that sure at the moment because the majority of the games I'm looking forward to right now are coming on the PC.
Right. But
Yeah.
no, and that's the other thing, with Xbox games like Halo, a lot of them are already on PC. So
Yeah.
Yeah, not the latest ones. They're slowly coming out.
yeah, they're
But-
slowly coming out. It's just that
Yeah.
is there a need for you to buy a separate console for Xbox exclusive games now?
We have no idea because from what I know, and this is from what I've seen so far, some people said that Microsoft will want to have their games available on both Xbox and Windows.
Mm-hmm.
But whether that's true or not is up for debate.
Yeah. No, but then they're also developing the what was that? Games on Windows or something.
Games for
Xbox-
Windows.
Or I
Yeah.
can't remember the platform's name. Basically, they want to do crossplay between PC and the Xbox so that it's seamless.
Yeah.
But then my question would be, what is there to stop people from just doing PC gaming?
Oh my gosh, there's a political discussion going on in our chat.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
But-
Calm down.
Yeah.
Only a normal session.
But speaking of the games that you're looking forward to on PC, right?
Yep.
What games are you looking forward to?
As of now, Valorant, which is developed by Riot Games, the same people who develop League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
So
Uh.
the Valorant is basically a first-person shooter, a lot like Counter-Strike. The concept is a lot like Counter-Strike,
Right.
but instead of everybody having the same loadout, same abilities and stuff like that, like a normal person, what sets Valorant apart is that you have unique characters with unique skills. So imagine Overwatch and CS:GO had a baby. That's Valorant right there.
Overwatch and CSGO had a baby. What?
Overwatch.
Yeah, so imagine if
Overwatch is like Dota 2 and Counter-Strike having a baby already. So
Yeah.
so Valorant's the result.
Sugri just said the platform's name is Xbox Live,
which one?
Yeah.
the crossplay platform.
Yeah, Xbox Live, correct.
Yeah, so tell us more about Valorant. I actually haven't been keeping up with.
Okay, so based on what I heard, Valorant was they had a lot of professional CS:GO players test out the games, and a lot of them had mentioned that the game felt very, I wouldn't say unique, but smooth, and it's like it gives a new take on the FPS genre for round-based FPS genre like CS:GO.
Like CS lah and Overwatch.
Whether whether it will go big is I'm not too sure because a lot of professionals they said that the game is a little bit too casual,
Okay.
which makes it more accessible lah.
Mhm.
But in terms of the mechanics, characters have special abilities, and then unlike most FPS right now, Valorant kind of adopted the economy mechanic where you can buy stuff based on how much you have.
Right.
So it's quite literally CS:GO on steroids.
Right.
Yeah, that's Valorant right there.
Okay. So is that going to mark
Sounds
your
interesting.
entry back to esports? No, because it's sounding more and more like it's going to be an esports title, right? Especially
Yeah,
if it's developed
it is.
by people like Riot Games, right? Riot Games is known for League of Legends, which is one of the biggest esports titles that you can find right now out there. Okay, that's probably only beaten by the likes of Dota 2 right now. Okay, and Dota 2 is by Blizzard and whatnot. But at the same time, Riot Games have been making really, really good esports titles so far, and League of Legends is just one of them, one of the biggest one.
Yeah.
And Valorant, it sounds like it's gonna have like a very good esports element to it, right?
Yeah. it is definitely going to be an esports title,
Mm-hmm.
but whether it will actually be an esports title that people will respect, like CS:GO, Dota 2, and League of Legends,
Mm-hmm.
only time can tell.
Yep.
Because imagine, because take a look at Overwatch, for example. When it first came out, right, everybody wanted it to be an esports title.
Mm.
I mean, it still is, but uh, it's
Big.
not as prolific as CS:GO, Dota, and League of Legends. It's not that big.
Mm-hmm. I think that's also because of the accessibility issue of that. I think, right? Because
Yeah.
if you're talking about like CS:GO, Dota 2, and even League of Legends, you can get these games for free. Anyone can actually just play it, right?
Yeah,
Everyone can
yeah.
just pick it up and play it. Like even CS:GO, at one point you have to pay for it, but I think it's now
Yep.
free on Steam.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah, and Dota 2 is definitely free on Steam. League of Legends is also free, so you can just pick it up, play with anyone in the public games. Of course, the
And
community has a separate thing lah, okay, but
I think the biggest problem with Overwatch is that there is a barrier to entry. It's not free
Yep.
to play.
yeah, and
Yep.
that's what what I was talking about, the accessibility, because for you to buy Overwatch in Malaysia, okay, it's about 200 bucks, 200 ringgit.
Back when it first came out, yeah.
Yeah,
It's quite expensive actually when you
it's
think about
very
it
expensive.
for a
Yeah.
game.
It's very, very expensive.
And I think Sugri brings up a valid point. There is a problem with people bringing up games just to be esports. I think the ones that look at becoming that can't actually do it.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Which
true. Mm.
Yeah, I have a question to ask you guys. What do you guys think of the esports bubble in Malaysia right now?
We have a lot of politicians putting their hands into it. So I feel like while that's healthy to help the initial boom of it, it may be what holds us back in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't think government input is a bad thing. Okay, I think government input means that there's
It's nice
just
to see
more
that.
that they're recognizing
It's
it
nice-
as a sport, right?
Yeah.
Recognizing
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
something that they can do, right? It's just like, oh, motor racing or even like any other sports that you see in the Olympics or whatever not. It's one way of reaching out to the world as well, right? So by government recognizing it as a sport, as an actual official sport in the country, I think that's really good. The only issue is that I think is with the community.
Yeah, I feel like no matter what, right? The community is what defines the esports scene in
Yeah.
any country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
And I feel like in Malaysia, the esports scene, there are numbers. Whether they're healthy or not is definitely up for debate. There are good people, there are bad people, but sometimes it's very hard to. Nobody has the same mindset
yeah,
going into this.
yeah.
Some people wants money, some people wants to win, some people do it because they genuinely have passion in it. You don't have people who actually match up in like mindset.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest problem, right? Because when you're talking about communities like this, I think passion is a big driver to all these things. Okay, it's very similar to a lot of other sports as well. Okay, other growing sports lah, basically. Like the passion to do it, the passion to do it right is very, very important. I think that the biggest problem is that in terms of that, a lot of people see that monetizing opportunity in terms of gaming, because esports is huge. In Malaysia, they were like committing 20 million ringgit for this year, right? Of course, because of the MCO, they haven't been able to monetize it yet. But from you get at least 20 million ringgit of support from the government, and you haven't spoken about the money sponsors from other brands that sees esports as a big value. And because of that, I feel that a lot of the community, basically half the community, looks to monetize it more than anything else, rather than doing it for the passion, for the love of doing it, for winning the esports titles, and to see the esports community grow to a size that is recognized globally as something that's really healthy. Instead,
yep.
people are just trying to make money out of it. That's
Yeah.
to me, that's the
And
saddest part.
I feel like the next thing that's lacking is like the maturity in
Yes.
some people when it comes to handling these kind of situation.
Mm.
Yeah,
Because
I also
as
think
much as the industry wants to flourish, right? You always have that, bad apples that kind of just bring down the entire bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like because of that and because of the lack of maturity in some people in the community is really what's going to affect the entire esports scene as a whole.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that. But Sugri brings up a point. When you play any other sport, no one curses your mom.
Mm.
Oh, or
Yeah,
and
that,
lineage if you're bad at it.
No, actually,
yeah,
let
yeah,
me
that,
let me rephrase that. When you play other sports, people do curse your mom. It's just how often they do it right in your
yeah.
face. Because
Which
the problem is,
comes down to maturity.
yeah,
In the end, it still comes down to maturity. I mean, trash talking is like a normal part of any sport, but
yes,
whether
correct.
you take it personally or not, that's the question you have to ask yourself. Because if you take these kind of things personally, right, you're gonna bring yourself down for taking it too seriously.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have to remember that when you're playing games or even any other sports, when people trash talk to you, it's just at the moment of it. Like when you play games with your friends, you're gonna trash talk each other like mad. You're gonna curse at each other. You're gonna be talking trash about each other, especially when you're playing competitively, right? Even when you're
Yeah.
playing as a co-op team, you're gonna be like, "Wait, why you so lousy one? Wait, why you keep dying one? Wait, why do I have to keep saving you? Wait, damn noob are you?" Wow, yeah. But I think the thing about that is that don't take it too seriously. We're all meant to have fun, right?
Mm.
Yeah. And also, like when it comes, Yolande is asking about streaming platforms in Malaysia.
What
So
what are the best platforms? I think YouTube and
yeah,
Facebook currently lah.
yeah, I think Malaysia
Yeah.
those are the two biggest. We
Yeah.
have Twitch as a distant third.
Yeah, I mean Twitch is a huge global platform, has a huge global following, and streaming on Twitch is, I think, one of the easiest things for you to do. It's just that I feel that YouTube and Facebook has taken its foothold in Malaysia so much to the point that you don't think of Twitch as a streaming platform, and that's why we're
Yeah.
streaming this on YouTube also. By the way, we
Yeah.
initially thought of
The-
streaming it on Twitch.
Twitch is it's a very good platform. I find Twitch like it's a very gamer centric platform.
Yeah.
But the problem with Twitch, at least for me, this is my personal opinion and what I've gathered from like doing extensive research.
Mhm.
Twitch doesn't promote you as well as let's say YouTube or Facebook because the problem with YouTube and Facebook, right? They have SEO.
Mhm.
Okay, SEO is going to help you
So much.
a lot
Yeah.
get your content discovered. For Facebook, let's say if I'm a Facebook user and I like a game, let's say Counter Strike, I like the Counter Strike game on Facebook. Facebook will keep recommending me stuff about Counter Strike. So these stuffs definitely come from content creators. So in a sense, Facebook is helping them get discovered as well.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But for Twitch, the only way to get discovered is you have like lots of people watching here at the same time and it bumps you up all the way to the top of the directory.
Yeah, basically activities lah. Having activities in
Yeah,
your
or
stream.
word of mouth.
Yeah.
As far as I know, word of mouth. That's
Yes.
like one of the best ways.
But
to get
also, that's I think why a lot of streamers, like very very popular streamers, have selected YouTube instead of going over to Twitch now. Okay, it's not just Malaysian. It's also the international streamer crowd has chosen to go on YouTube gaming at least, or
And
even
Facebook gaming.
Yeah, or even Facebook gaming because they are growing the platform like crazy. Like they are putting a lot of money into the platform, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And
And
somebody in the
it's-
comments asked about Dota 2, playing Dota 2 as a newbie, right? Sugiva, right? The thing is, for new players, I think it's difficult also because of the law and the amount of studying that you have to do with it. It's not just, I think, the trash talking. The trash talking is a small part of it, I think. Okay, but I think it's the idea of studying a whole lot of things just to play Dota 2.
Yeah, the barrier of entry for Dota 2, the thing is you need to already understand the basics of the game. But let's
Yeah.
say if you're going in as like a fresh newbie, you've never played a game before, right? You're gonna have a really bad time
Yeah.
because there's a lot of stuff to pick up, a lot of minor mechanics that you need to understand in order to be more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of things you need to know going into the game.
But that's the same that if you're talking about lore, that would mean that the Diablo series in general has a bit barrier to entry as well. Because
Mm,
to come in even at Diablo 3, you need to know what happened in Diablo 1 or 2.
No, but
yeah,
I think that's in terms of storyline, right? That's fine. I guess because Diablo 1 and 2 is easily picked up. I mean, for Dota 2, it's not just a game, it's a competitive game, and the community that has been playing
yeah.
the game for eternity, right? For since Dota 1, right? It's a very very competitive community, and it's not learning about the law more than learning about how to play the game right and to play everything efficiently. And that's, I think, the most difficult thing about Dota 2. I mean, I haven't been playing Dota 2 for the longest time, and
Mm-hmm.
started trying to play Dota 2 like a year ago, and I just got lost because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't understand like what's going on. Like there's new heroes, and there's new mechanics, there's new metas, and every year the metas change, right? And that's, I think, the biggest problem for a lot of these esports titles.
Yeah, is that or even though the barrier to entry is like very low, it's practically free.
Yeah.
But the thing is the community is very rough, especially to new players who
Oh.
don't understand. Like if you don't know what you're doing, you're definitely gonna get like flamed and stuff like that.
like Keegan said, you're not gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a very very
Yeah.
bad time
Yeah,
online, and you're not gonna enjoy it really.
but then Yolande actually brings up a really good point saying that it's okay to trash talk, but when people get personal online,
Hmm.
like actually exposing and swatting and stuff like that, that's when it gets toxic.
Yeah, true, and it gets very creepy. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. So, which in a sense, right? In order for like titles like Dota and like esports in general to flourish in Malaysia, right? It always comes down to the same thing, which is the maturity of the players
Yep.
and how they deal with certain situation.
Mm.
Actually, there was one point, right? There was a story in Australia where a player who
Mm-hmm.
was playing for a gaming organization, right? He filed a loss. There was a lawsuit between him and the organization because he wouldn't pay back $50.
What?
Yes, I'm not kidding. It's one of the stupidest dramas in esports, but still, it
50
happened.
Australian dollars.
Yes, 50 AUD.
50 Australian dollars in Malaysia,
That's
there's
a
about
bit
150 ringgit. 150 ringgit, okay lah, to some of us, is quite a lot. Okay, you can buy a game with it, but considering a
But
tournament size, like an esports title size, 150
Yeah,
ringgit is damn small. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
spare change. Why?
but
Exactly.
but I think when it comes to esports titles, like Tina Harish mentioned in the comments, the meta is important to keep it interesting throughout its lifetime.
No,
And if they don't keep changing it up, people will start feeling like, oh, whenever you see this character in the ring, it's a done deal.
no. That's correct. Okay, I understand that. While I understand that, the thing is, when you play Dota 2 as a new player, you're just lost because there's too much
Yeah.
going on, right? I mean,
Yes, I
and
can vouch
that's
for that.
and that's why a lot of people have deferred to League of Legends instead. Because although the meta has been changing for years, there's always new things to work with and stuff like that. It's just that every time you start a League of Legends game, it's slightly easier to pick up somehow, right? It's just
I find League easier to pick up
Dota 2.
than Dota,
Yeah,
honestly. 'Cause
yeah,
Dota has a lot of like hidden mechanics and stuff like that. You
correct.
just gotta learn.
Correct. And League of Legends is slightly more straightforward, and it's still fun because it's a quicker game, right? It's a very much quicker game, And at the same time, the meta keeps changing also every year, or every few 6 months, right? But at the same time, it's so much easier to pick up. And I guess that's why the platform has been growing so much lah. Okay, although it's like a carbon copy of Dota 2, but I guess that works because, hey, yeah, it's so much easier to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I guess it's a lot easier to comprehend compared to Dota also. That's one thing. That's why a lot of people watch it.
Yeah, it's easier to understand.
Yeah.
So much easier to
Yeah.
understand, so much easier to follow. So as commentators or even as people who are watching the game, I mean, I love watching Dota 2 playoffs because there's so much that goes into it. The game is so complex, and if you understand how it works, it's amazing to watch, right? Because you watch this little plays that these pros do that is actually just out of your mind. But I think for people who are just getting into esports, I think it's easier for them to follow League of Legends if you're going into mobile titles, because it's easier to understand. It's so much easier to follow.
Yeah.
But I also think that's why mobile titles are exploding on mobile as well.
Yeah.
Because they've adopted a very simple meta that they can change up here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also very easy to go in, play for 15, 20 minutes, and come out of it. So it's a quick game. And generally speaking, we're on our phones, especially like mobile gaming, about 30 minutes at one go.
Oh, it's more than that now. It's more than that now.
Excluding our current situation, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Anyway, I think it's an hour and 16 minutes into our stream now. I think we should end it soon. Yeah.
Time flies.
Honestly, I'm not sure whether we're gonna include a huge portion of the esports thing into the podcast later. But you know, if you want, this live stream will still be out for at least a few more weeks. Okay, this is basically the archive version of this, so you can just search the channel if you want. Okay, but I think a lot of the discussion about esports we might have to cut out. Sorry, Keegan.
Yeah,
I mean,
no worries.
I mean,
it's
me,
just fun talking about it.
we as a group, like when we hang out together, you know, we talk about esports a lot. Okay, because I'm not in that community, but Keegan was. Okay, but I'm very much like keeping up with the community. I'm seeing what's happening and things like that, and it's a very interesting community to be in anyway, right? But yeah, I think that is all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in. Whoever's tuned in, there's 14 of you right now. Thank you so much. You know, although not a lot, spread the word, guys. Tell them that we are having this stream every week on Monday, 11 a.m. at least for the time being. Okay, we don't know how this will go after the MCO. We're doing this because of the MCO, and at least something that you guys can look forward to. And that is all the time we have for Tech and Tonic today. Thank you, Keegan, for agreeing to appear on the show. You know,
No problem.
and you can find Keegan on Twitter. He's mostly active on Twitter. He's not so active on Instagram and Facebook, as far as I understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can follow him at It's Just Keeks, at ITSJUSTKEEGS. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So you can follow him on
on.
Twitter. Okay. You can find us on Spotify later. Okay, on Anchor, Breaker, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. If you've missed any of the news last week, you can actually head over to our YouTube channel and watch our Tech and Download. We actually do cover weekly news now, okay, and we do that every Sunday evening. So if you miss the weekly news, you can tune in and watch that. We have it on a premiere every Sunday. We try to do it at 6 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
For now, stay safe, guys. Stay at home as much as you can. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face like I did. I think I counted like 5 times just now in the live stream. But keep washing your hands. Keep clean. You know, subscribe to all our social media channels: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are on there. We're going to be unboxing this little thing. Okay, it's called the Huawei P40 Pro. You know. Unboxing it soon on the 10th. Okay, so keep out for that. Keep a watch. I'm Darwin, and Jeevan and Keegan. We are going to sign out. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.